The following show is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to diagnose nor treat any medical condition. Any information or recommendations provided should always be discussed with your healthcare professional. Welcome to the Patient Talks. I'm Physician Assistant Frank Smith. It's Wellness Week, and on this week's episode, we're going to discuss stress. Your boss is a jerk. Your finances are in the toilet. Your kids are making some profoundly bad decisions. Politics, your neighbors next door, your own health, the list goes on and on and on for things that give us stress. Odds are very high. I've probably hit on a couple already that you're going through, and on a few of you, I may have hit all of them that you are going through. But stress is a day-to-day thing that will absolutely run us nuts. It's rarely the reason that a patient comes in to see me, but it comes up during our office visits pretty often. And unfailingly, when I ask patients, what are you doing to blow off steam? The answer is nothing. I've got to keep it together. And there's the crux of a lot of the problem. We need an outlet. We have to have a way to let it fly. If we don't, it will build up and it will come out at its own time, and that's usually the worst possible time. I'm a parent, and odds are you're a parent too. And there's one mistake we almost all make as a parent. You'll have a 2 or 3 year old child lose their mind, a full-blown temper tantrum. And we usually say, you don't act like that. And we're wrong. We're wrong. What we should say is, you don't act like that with an audience. Go do that somewhere else. Here's the thing, 2, 3 years old, what an idyllic time. Bull. Every waking moment, somebody is telling you what to wear, when to wear it, how to wear it, what to eat, when to eat, where to eat, how to poop, when to poop, where to poop. You have opinions, but you have no decisions of your own. And they finally get full and they lose their mind. Go back and check on that kid in 30 minutes and you're going to find one of two things. You're either going to find a little angel or a child that is sleeping so hard you could literally drag them around by their hair. Sure, they got full, but they let it fly, and they're better. Now, does that change the fact that they don't get to decide what to eat, where to eat, when to poop, how to poop? It changed nothing, but they were able to blow off some of the stress associated with having no decisions of their own. But we're adults. We don't act like that. My boss is a profound jerk. I'm fine. My kids have decided that they want to wear all black and they're going to be YouTubers for a living. I'm great. I am finding out that ramen noodles 10 for $1 is pretty much what I can afford. I'm fantastic. And if we don't let it out, it comes out on its own. So the primary thing that I suggest to patients who are going through a lot of stress is we've got to find an outlet. I don't care how you do it. I just don't want to read about you in the paper, and I don't want to see you on the news. Everybody has to find their own way of losing it. The one thing I do tell you is do it somewhere where you're alone so that you do not edit yourself. But for everyone, it's their own thing. For me, as an example, I box. That's my thing. Heavy bag, speed bag, not against people. I do not have the right temperament for that. Most of the time when I go out there, there's the ritual of putting the wraps on. And I've got my timer going and I've got my tune set up. But my job, a little stressful. I'm married. I've got kids. My folks are getting older. There are things. And there's days when I go out there, the boxing timer does not get turned on. The tunes all get switched over to Metallica. And I've got a few things to work through. And when I'm done, I'm better. Now, has it changed a single thing about my job? Has it changed a single thing about my parents' health? But I'm better. I'm able to leave some of it out there. And you need to find your own, whatever that is. I had a patient several years ago. To be honest, his life sounded like a country western song. You name it, it was going wrong. And we had a conversation of how to get through some of this. And he came back to see me a few weeks later because I was wanting to check in on him. And when I walked back in the room, I could already tell my patient was some better. And when I started asking him what he had found for his stress relief, he told me, he said, "Doc, I won't lie to you. When I walked out of here, I thought about what you said, and I stopped by the hardware store and grabbed an axe handle. Not the axe, just an axe handle." He said, "There was a tree out back that I didn't like anyway." He said, "I won't lie to you, the first 3 or 4 licks, I felt stupid as all get out. But once I got going, I didn't stop till it looked like I had just stepped out of the shower. Basically, I had to crawl back in the house." And he said, "I slept better that night than I have in 6 months." None of that changed what had been going on in his life, but he had an opportunity to feel like he could breathe. Everyone's heard of the fight or flight response. We're all aware of it. Our bodies are built for survival. There are hormones that are dumped into our bloodstream when we're in those situations that kick our heart rate up, our pupils dilate, we become super aware of our surroundings. Our bodies are getting prepared for, I'm either going to run from it or I'm going to kill it. The problem is this front part of your brain is the thinking, reasoning part of your brain. And it can interpret some of these day-to-day stressors that we're dealing with as a potential threat to our lives. And so to a lesser extent, those same hormones are dumped into your bloodstream. Your pupils dilate a little bit. You're super on edge. Your body is tense and ready to lock and load. If you've ever been in one of those real oh hell situations, if you think to how you felt about an hour after you got away from it, you're exhausted and you feel like you could sleep for a week. Sure, that heavy physical exertion involved in the fight or flight response burns through those hormones and we're able to get back to baseline. So there's a lot to be said when we are wound due to life to get out there and let it fly. As I said, it doesn't matter how you do it. I don't want to read about you in the paper. I don't want to see you on the news. But you need the opportunity to blow off some steam. It's important. My patients that say, "I have to keep it together." You're right, you do. You have a job to do. You have a job as a parent, as a spouse, as a child to get these things done. But if you don't take care of yourself, they won't get done correctly. Also, if you have not seen the episode that I did on you and the roles you play, you need to go back and watch it because I promise you, part of that is going to be a contributor to what has got you so stressed. And that's this week's show. I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have, please click the like and subscribe button. If you feel like there's somebody else that needs to see this, hit that share button. Until next time, you better make me look good. See you soon.